Hey guys, welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We are now at the Hellknight Outpost, and I leveled up Regil. Well, let's take a look. I gave him weapon specialization mythic for gnome hooked hammer, and I gave him levels in Hellknight, and yeah, he's just got armor training. These are the stuff. Oh, I picked Force of Will Charm, Sensor, Order of the Godclaw, I think I picked previously, and then I also gave him Hammer the Gap and Lunge for a bit of extra melee range. See how that goes. Mainly just trying these things out because I won't be using Regil after or outside of his personal quest. So let's move on. Okay. Regil scans the top of the hill. Wisps of smoke rise into the air, giving away the location of the Hellknight Outpost. We must hurry and remain very, very alert. Tell me about your outpost. The outpost is situated on the top of a hill. The main building has stout walls and small windows. It serves as a resting area for various Hellknight orders. Apart from my own troops, there are currently 3 chapters quartered here, as well as the permanent garrison. We've stocked up on food and water. The gargoyles have taught us a valuable lesson, and now we're prepared for an aerial attack. What could have happened to the missing squad? Regil gazes into the distance thoughtfully. They were last seen in this very place. We must comb the area. I'm ready, let's hurry. Okay, let's get everyone on their pets again.
Together we stand.
Alright.
I was never good at stealth, but
defeat is not an option.
Okay. The Hellknights have thoroughly restored and reinforced these fortifications, which date back to the age of the First Crusades. Okay, that's quite a long way back in time.
That is quite a discovery.
What did I find? Oh, it's down here. Right. Oh, we can get down from this way. Fair enough. That's actually quite perceptive to spot this from all the way up there. And Owl of Wisdom. It grants the user a permanent +1 bonus on all skill checks and then vanishes. Wow, okay, that's pretty good. Not sure who I want to give it to, but it's a nice item. Alright, let's just use the buffs. And then we'll just charge in. Okay. The Omoxes are taken care of. Pale youngster practically prostrates himself before you. Finally, someone's here, and it's the Crusaders too. Please help me. I'm all alone and I don't know what to do. This lad's appearance perfectly matches the description of one of the cultists who was supposed to arrive with the lost escort. Regil notes dispassionately, gripping the handle of his weapon. Cultist? Me? No, I'm just an apprentice craftsman. They made us work against our will there. Perception check passed. Okay, it seems to me like the cultist is either lying or keeping something from us, or even worse. The lad recoils and then surprisingly deftly jumps away from you. Okay, Light, too much light. This is not yet my time. Alright.
Retreat is not an option.
Okay. One less demon. Splendid. This is further proof that those tainted by the cult of Baphomet can never be trusted. Wise words. Most who succumb to demons can justify their actions one way or another, but the outcome is always the same. Their weakness, unworthiness, and demise. I must commend your shrewdness. We would have had it rough if you hadn't unmasked that demon. We must verify the claim that the knights return to the outpost. Move out.
We march ahead.
A lot of cutscenes. The Hellknight Outpost is shrouded in silence. The 3 chapters seem to have simply vanished, leaving only the pillars of smoke from their fires to testify to the recent presence of the living. That doesn't seem to unnerve Regil in the slightest. He dispassionately scans the empty camp as if waiting for something. Breaking the prevailing silence, a sudden musical laugh sounds harsh and almost sinister. Knight Commander, at last, I've been dying to meet you. Come on, don't be so sullen. Come on over and have a little rest after your journey. You can always stab me or hit me with a spell a bit later, if you feel like doing that at all, of course. What an arrogant, talkative demon we've got here. I can see you've made yourself quite at home in our camp. What have we here? One of those black-armored blockheads? Why don't you join me and the commander for a little meal? Surely the mighty Hell Knight isn't scared of a little temptation. The demon bats her eyelashes innocently. Bedril subtly frowns. Surprisingly, he then steps forward without hesitation and sits next to the demon. Let's talk. Why is the camp deserted, demon? Kiranda, my name is Kiranda. As for the camp's inhabitants, well, that's a long story. Please sit, Commander, we have a lot to discuss. Regil, don't you think we should refuse this demon's request? The Hell Knight permits himself an odd smirk. Sometimes it's useful to know your enemy. Alright, let's talk then. The demon claps her hands joyfully. Stu, you have no idea how eager I was to meet you and how quickly I got here when I discovered you were coming. Do you feel at ease talking to me in this shape? Because I can always slip into something more comfortable. With a snap of her fingers, Kiranda becomes a golden-haired, bright-eyed young man dressed in the white of a Saran Rain cleric. I can look like this, so likable, so trustworthy. Or if you'd prefer, this is my favorite form. It has driven so many crusaders out of their minds. The demon's playful pose oddly clashes with the strict upright appearance of Queen Galfrey. Very charming. Now stop this farce, demon. Oh, Sir Knight, do tell me, aren't you bored with yourself? Every soul must feel something to get their blood pumping. Some are driven by avarice, others by lust, and others still by envy. And if you think you've managed to shield yourself from every vice and every flaw, well, that just means you are blind, and your vice is the greatest of them all, pride. You said you knew I was coming. How? The demon looks astonished for a moment. How did I know? Ah, we all have our sources. Perhaps I'll tell you about them, Commander, if we can establish a certain friendship. I'm not sure I want to do the chaotic option, so let's just do the third one. Are you here to preach at us, or do you actually have something meaningful to say? The demon's expression grows serious. I apologize for the frivolity, Knight Commander. It's so hard to restrain myself. I blame those Hell Knights. No denizen of the Abyss could torture them as thoroughly as they punish themselves. But now, on to business. I have a rather unusual request. I'd like to become a crusader. And before 1,001 objections escape your mouth, think about this. Your fame precedes you by quite some distance. They speak of you even down in the abyss. We have never encountered anyone possessing such power. That is so exciting. I even heard that a part of your power trickles down to your most loyal companions. So why would a clever lady like me keep on serving demon lords when instead there is someone so unusual and intriguing? I can't promise you I'm going to kneel before that Iomade of yours right away, but I have many interesting stories to tell you about my friends from the abyss. Of course, I can also be of personal use to you, any shape you desire, remember? I'm not even sure which of your suggestions was more revolting, demon, your effortless betrayal of your kin or your filthy insinuations. Kiranda's tail suddenly springs up and its tip gently caresses Regel's cheek. Oh, do smile a little, Hellknight. This isn't hell yet. I'm not interested in your personal use, but I could do with some information about your fellow demons. Tell me everything you know, then you may consider yourself enlisted. Definitely not. Let's go with the fourth option. Only someone utterly mad would trust a demon. You're growing tiresome, demon. Make your move and let's get this over with. I've told you what I want. Say yes, Stooge, and in return you'll get priceless knowledge about demonic and cultist activities. My small collection of trophies and me. Say no and you'll get nothing but the incessant whining of your Hellknight flunky. Enough. Don't even dream of earning my trust, Kiranda. How very boring.
We won't fall here. I swear it.
Mind over muscle.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm glad I used the buffs. Let's use Storm of Justice. Regil studies the demon's corpse. His face is impenetrable. I'm not in hell yet. You refuse to listen to this winged abomination, Stooge. That was commendable. Now we must examine the keep and look for any traces of our missing people. Let's not tarry here. Onward. Yes, it's time to put an end to this curious affair.
I will not.
Okay, let's get on our pets again.
Rely on me.
My will is resolute.
Okay, let's loot the corpses. Guess that's it.
I will lend you my aid.
Let's take a look out here. Is there anything? No, not really.
Our path leads on.
Don't think there's anything else outside there. So let's check in here. Doesn't look like anything else. I guess we need to keep going up. The outpost is in perfect condition. Everything appears to be in its right place and there are no signs of battle. Okay.
Godspeed.
Suspicious. Can't really climb up, I don't think, so let's head in. A tall man wearing black armor and a full helm salutes you with his sword. Knight Commander, you have rallied to our defense. We were forced to retreat under the onslaught of the demon Kiranda and her lackeys. We held position for as long as we could, but we were sure to perish without outside help. The knight adds in a hushed voice, "Many of us are injured. Could you assist us, please? We hid the wounded in the back of the outpost so that the demons couldn't reach them as easily." Regil remains silent and calculating as he studies the knights. I was told there were 3 tractors quartered here. I've just exposed and killed a demon who possessed someone. How do I make sure none of you? Let's do the perception check past. Your story has too many inconsistencies. Regil permits himself a slight smirk. I was hoping you would see through their ruse, stooge, and I'm not disappointed. I expected more from you, demon. Your cleverness won't save you, mortals. Okay, more demons. And we can easily take them out with Storm of Justice. And let's do it again. Angler of Vices. Wait, the ugly shadow hisses. Let me ransom my life, Crusader. I have loot, much loot that I picked off the fallen. Surely it's worth the price of letting one poor soul slink back to the abyss. The cultist hostage trembles with fear and fails to utter a word. His eyes are pleading. I don't need your handouts. The demon grabs the throat of a kneeling cultist with his claws. Are you as deaf to compassion as you are to avarice? Have mercy on this mortal I used as a vessel. If you lay a hand on me, he's dead. You'll only commit more atrocities if I let you live. Die. The demon's death rattle reverberates off the walls. In his dying agony, he squeezes the kneeling cultist's neck with his claws, practically tearing the man's throat out. Performed an action that was lawful, and new alignment is lawful good. What about the surviving cultists? Should we interrogate them? They won't tell us anything we don't already know. Deal with them as you see fit. If you don't want to waste your time, the orders will take care of them later. We vanquished the demons, but we still don't know where the knights from the camp are. Regil casts a stern glance in your direction. Take a look around if you think it best, then we must leave. It's time. Okay. A security checkpoint, a precautionary measure highly characteristic of the Hellknights flanks the entrance. Okay. Full plate hasty eradicator. Okay. It's a dagger, fair enough. Let's see what else is in here. Fighting the Bleaching, Practical Guidance by Guisa Nordaquani. Okay. Doesn't look like anything else in here other than this chest.
I am helpful.
Ooh, what is this? Heavy mace. That's an interesting looking mace. Sunstroke. +3 radiant heavy mace. Okay. Quite nice. I guess this is it then. Let's head outside. Paralictor Aminos Wrath leans on his longsword at last. How did it go, Paralictor Derenge? Exactly as it should have. Want details, Wrath? Prod your signifiers. After all, your order takes such pride in them. And these must be the 3 missing chapters, right? Of course. Regil pauses, then deliberately continues in a louder voice so that Aminos and the other knights can hear him too. Everything that happened was, in a way, a show. We'd received reports about the location of several particularly cunning demons, not the fighting kind, but those who specialize in deceit and temptation. We could have surrounded and destroyed their hideout, but instead we let them know that the Knight Commander of Drezen would soon arrive in our deserted camp. The fiends swallowed it hook, line and sinker. How could any of them miss an opportunity to prove themselves by killing the new leader of the crusade? Demons love talking about the pride of mortals, but in fact they suffer from that vice far more than anyone else. Regil's smile is a cruel one. Now for the critical bit, my reasons. Even though the orders knew a lot about the new commander's behavior, that information lacked veracity and consistency. For instance, it's always useful to know just how well your principal ally is able to resist deceit and temptation. And so I suggested that they meet with Karanda and her cohorts. So you were testing me? Yes, I was. Regil doesn't look away. Someone had to, seeing that Her Majesty Galfrey of Mendev is so prone to bestowing titles and armies without a second thought. Regil lowers his voice a touch, and yet you can't claim that I was insincere. I made myself crystal clear when I stated my interest in your person and your unusual powers back when we first met. I also mentioned how important you are for the Crusade and our shared cause. We are the vanguard of what is possibly the most important war of our age. No one can afford the privilege of blind trust with these stakes. I must concede, in a way, I even feel obliged to do so, that you pass my test with flying colours. To my deepest regret, even some of my fellow Hell Knights would have failed to impress me to this degree. I understand your concern and don't begrudge you this test. Regil bows respectfully. I'm glad we've reached an understanding, and I'm sorry that I had to resort to such measures. Now that we've discussed everything, there's still a small matter to attend to. Regil looks at the ranks of the Hell Knights and raises his voice. Jaeger and Kel, 2 steps forward. I hear and obey, Paralictor Derenge. We must speak about your role in recent events. You received my order to visit the Knight Commander in Drezen and feed him misleading information. How should a Hell Knight behave in this situation? Jaeger swallows dryly as he tries to feign composure. A Hell Knight must obey his commander's orders. If his commander's orders directly contradict the tenets of the measure in the chain or go against the order's interests, then the knight must report his commander to the higher order command. Regil's piercing gaze bores into the young knight. And what did you do? Did you report me? No, sir. With your permission, sir, I deduced that it was some kind of test for the Knight Commander. That didn't seem right to me, but... You don't have my permission to blabber excuses, knight. You gave him an order and now you want to punish him for following it? Well, if the commander deems my verdict faulty, then we shall postpone this review of your actions. Dismissed. That is all. Thank you for your visit, Commander. Okay. That was interesting to say the least. On the plus side, we know the Hell Knights are fine. Glory to Asmodeus. Fair enough. Is there anything else? Not really. There's just the Hell Knights and Armigers. There were many rumours about Paralictor Derenge back in Cheliax, however, I'm not going to discuss them with outsiders. Fair enough. Where are the... Can we go back in? I want to see if I can chat with the other paralictors.
Let us press on.
Okay, they're not in here. Okay, I guess this outpost is just gonna
We
go
march
back
ahead.
to being a standard Hellknight Outpost then, now that we've completed this quest, so let's head out of here. Okay, well, as far as next steps go, what do we want to do? Marksman. Is that the marksman that we want? Let's see. Okay, yeah, apparently. Alright, let's move. Where do we want to move? Oh, probably need to take out that fort, I suppose. Not sure if we can take these guys down here, but I think we still have time to deal with them, so let's travel all the way through here. Or marksman, very nice. Rogues. Yeah, okay. That's basically it then. Let's take a quick look at our quest log. We're still waiting for how things will unfold. I think this is the Ember one. Price of knowledge, we're still waiting for that. Know thy enemy. Ivory Sanctum, that's not really something we can do until we are ready. And we're also waiting for K-Lesser. Alright, that's fine. I guess there's nothing else really for us to do other than go back to Drezen. So let's do that. We'll teleport back. We need to take any other fights? I don't think so. We can take the demon army. The fort is another question, and it looks like we can take these armies too. Okay, well, initiative 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. I think we have the initiative advantage. 0, 4, yep, 1, 4, 1, 1. Okay, well. I was going to say we should be able to take them, but they just have an overwhelming weight of numbers. This 750 footmen. They are only 39 hit points though. The succubus or succubi, there's archers as well. And then light cavalry. Ooh. 750 of them as well. That's quite nasty. I don't actually know if I have enough to take them on. Yeah, the remaining fights are just massive numbers. But that's fine. Let's go into the Citadel. We're still waiting for things to unfold, and then we can wait for the next round of recruitment and see what we can get from there. So, and we'll also continue with the decrees and anything else that pops up as we skip time. So let's head into the Citadel. All right, first things first, let's rest to recover our spell slots. All right.
Path leads on.
Let's save it here and have a chat with Regil. Nope. Hang on. Regil slightly lowers his head to greet you, gesture though reserved, seems encouraging, almost friendly. The ranger's eyes no longer grip you with the same cold judgment as before. Okay, so his demeanor to us has changed now that we've, yes, proven ourselves, quote unquote, to the Hellknights. But there's no real dialogue options, so that's fine. Let's go to Manage Crusade Affairs. Okay, so we are still waiting for these decrees to get done. Outpost expansion takes 5 days, and Royal Conscription and the artifact will take 3, so that's almost done. And we definitely want to get all the Crusade artifacts we can before we progress to Act 4 as well, because we won't have access to the Crusade in Act 4. So we need to get everything we want before we progress the story. Okay, let's skip a day then. Still no other events popping up. But the main Spellcaster's Lodge. Plus 10 per week. Okay, that's good. I was going to say, where are the buildings that should be here? Okay, so we've got that one. This one is also done. And I guess this one is done as well now. Alright. Question now is, do we want to build any more? And I think the answer to that question is yes. Because we're still a little ways off logistics. And ideally, I think we would want to get as many of them as possible. I will be upgrading this bastion, so I guess we'll leave the buildings here. We can probably build in here. So yeah, I'll build up a few more of these Spellcaster's Lodge buildings, and then we'll reconvene back when I'm done. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, and we are back. I started building one here in Gloomy Gorge, and I also built them in Villareth Ford and Gargoyle Canyon. I obviously didn't build one here because I'll rejig the buildings once the decree for Bastion is complete. I also didn't build one here because I think Drezen Home will be the second outpost that I upgrade. I don't know if that's going to happen in this particular chapter or act, but that's the plan moving forward, because this one is a bit further out of the way from Drezen, so this one is close to the I can't remember what the zone's called, but it's the hub zone for all the core of the riddle puzzles. I might want to build one here, or even this one here once I take them over. But for now, the plan is upgrade here at Lands of Yathwatch, and then upgrade Drezen Home once we can. And now, because we're still waiting, let's skip another day. Demons are approaching, okay? And I think this is fine. Let's use... yeah. We can use Chief Agaboya to get down here and do this particular fight. So let's just head in there and do it right now. Okay, we don't need to be wasting time. Ooh, headhunters. I don't like the sound of that. Yeah, they're range units. Okay, that's not good. Alright, what am I more afraid of? Headhunters or the succubi? Let's take out the succubi. Okay. Ooh, this could take them all out. Not quite. That should be fine. We should get them back afterwards. Let's hit the headhunters there. Perfect. And this should end this particular fight. Okay, yep. 6 and 7, we got them all back. Perfect. Alright, let's see. Nope, still no level up. How far away is she? Still quite a bit, unfortunately. Alright, let's head back up towards home. All the way back to Keeper Canyon. Save it here. And I think we can skip another day. Alright, there we go. Recruitment growth for trainable units increases by 10% for 14 days. Perfect. Okay, yep. That's fine. I think this was what pop up here. Yep. And let's do Gravesinger Great Axe. Correct, okay. Heavenly Audience. An angel is awaiting an audience in Drezen, hoping to share the wisdom of heaven with the leader of the Crusaders. Alright. The hand of the inheritor's voice is full of sorrow. Champion, I've come to speak of important matters. This war has claimed the lives of countless mortals. Each of us warriors of heaven regrets that we cannot part the skies, descend to Galarian as a shining host, and deliver you from evil. The natural order demands that the forces of heaven do not intervene. Only a few such as myself can engage in this battle, but even these few can do much good. We may not be a shining host, but even a handful of angels is a force to be reckoned with, so tell us how we may help. Shall we arm ourselves with swords and fight beside your warriors, or shall we bestow power upon your priests? We shall gladly do everything we can, so long as it does not upset the world order. Okay. Summon Heavenly Host Ritual. Summons 2+ mythic rank Movanic Devas to the target army. 7-day recovery time. Ooh, that could be really handy, actually. Unlock Storm of Justice Decree. All generals learn Bolt of Justice. Ooh, that's quite powerful. Power times power plus 5 times 2d6 damage. To demons. Other units. Power times power plus 5d6 damage. Ooh, okay. All units in the target army take 8d10 mythic rank magic damage. Additionally, evil creatures take plus 8d10 times mythic rank. Demons and undead take 8d10 times mythic rank. Grand tier units take 8d12 times mythic rank. Ooh. This also has a 7-day recovery time, so I guess these are, well, Storm of Justice is a spell that we can cast on the Crusade map and not in battle, and then Bolt of Justice is used in the actual battles themselves. So this is to weaken an army before you fight them, and then this is to use in the actual fight itself. Ooh, that is a tough choice because I think Movanic Davers are pretty strong as well. Mainly for the Initiative 7. Immunities to death and also acid, cold, fire, and electricity. Okay. I don't actually know what's better. I don't think... It doesn't look like the Movanic... Ooh. The Movanic Davers might have spells, yes. They have Lay on Hands, and they also have Smite Evil. Interesting. Lay on Hands, power times d6 times the unit number, HP to the target unit. It's actually really solid. Storm of Justice sounds really powerful too, though. 8d10 times mythic rank. So we're at 4. So essentially that's 32d10. Pretty strong. And then it slowly scales up as well as the demons get stronger. And this is all units in the target army. Yeah, I think I want the Power of Heaven. Yeah, so let's do this one. May the angels bestow power upon our priests. It shall be done. May our gift bring strength to your warriors, deliver them from danger, and grant you victory in this war. Okay, let's go back into Crusade Affairs. Alright, we've done that. Let's see, go to campaign. Yeah, there it is, Storm of Justice. Okay. Do we want to use it here? Additional 10k experience. Okay, so this is the Royal Conscription thing, so we should get good recruitment growth. Yep. 72, 40, 40, and then 11. That seems a bit weak. But we do have 3 more of the lodges coming. Since this army is here, let's use Storm of Justice. We don't need to be shy about saving these, because we want to deal with all of these as quickly as possible. And considering we're still waiting on things, I think we can afford to use Storm of Justice on this particular army, and we should get it back pretty soon. So let's do that. Did that weaken them? I can't really tell. I'm not actually sure. Should have been paying a bit more attention and counting, but oh well, that's fine. Still looks like a tough fight, so maybe not yet. We might need to use another Storm of Justice on it. Could also reduce the morale if we want, but that only lasts for a day. Let's skip the day. What do we get? Vagrants. A crowd of the destitute, the sick, and the feeble-minded has arrived in Drezen, and they are asking to be admitted Their lives are rough, they have no place where they belong, and they wish to die as heroes at the very least, but the Crusaders do not wish to fight side by side with these vagrants either. 100 conscripts, but morale goes down by 10. Materials point income increases by 1, but Crusade morale reduces by 20. Oof, yikes. Decision without consequence. Bless the brave pilgrims. 40 champions are recruited at the commander's headquarters. Crusade morale increases by 5. Materials points income increases by 1. 40 champions could be good, but I think I want the materials points income, so let's go with that. Okay, outpost to Bastion. Oh yeah. I need to start another of the relics. I guess we're going for this one because we've already started it. Yeah, and we'll go with Melander's Insult if we can. Or once we can. Diplomacy. We are good to go for diplomacy, are we not? Yep. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. That's good. So let's issue this decree. Heaven's Warriors, 5 Davers are recruited at Commander's headquarters. Let's... Only takes 2 days to solve, and it's leadership. Okay, let's do this. Perfect. And let's skip another day. 1 fort of the outpost level with at least 3 out of 4 construction slots filled can be upgraded, so let's do that. And the one I wanted to do was Lands of Yathwatch. So let's upgrade. Perfect. Okay. And let's head in. Okay, so it's quite small. We have stables, archery range. Okay, that's fine. Let's drop the Spellcaster's Lodge over here. Now we need Teleportation Circle. Let's go with 150. Okay, archery range. Airhouse increases finance mode. Okay, we can't do that just yet. Training grounds. Plus 10% bonus to damage for all trainable units in adjoining buildings. So let's build that here. 60. Plus 10% bonus to damage. Yep. So we'll get damage on our archers and our spellcasters. So that's nice. Okay, is there anything else we want to build? 10% HP. We could build the apothecary over here to boost our archers and our spellcasters. I think that's a good choice, actually. So let's go with 93. And we can't really afford the Hall of Glory or anything else like that, so Teleportation Circle is good, and we'll leave it at that. And that should give us a boost to our logistics score when the buildings get done. 14 days to solve this one. Okay. Do I want to do that? It's going to take a while to get to 320k. Yeah, I think we can do this. It's the only logistics one we can do for now. Until we reach the next rank, which we're still a little while from reaching. So let's do it. The other thing we're probably waiting for, Outpost to Bastion expansion, I guess. Ooh, we would have been quite close once we have the, or we would have been able to do another one once we reach 500 materials points, but that should be fine. Can we recruit just yet? Nope. We're up to 16 now. That's quite good. And, ooh, we can recruit. I just forgot that I can do that. Alright, well. I'm glad I caught that already. Or before the week progressed, so that was nice. 5,000. Who are these axe hunters? Champions. We can definitely get champions. Let's see, 10,000. Yep, let's do that. Cuirassiers? I think we can pick them up too. We're up to 18.7k, alright, that's nice. And let's get out here. Do we want more champions? That's the question. We definitely can't afford the cuirassiers second time around. I mean, I suppose we can afford the champions. Let's do a search. And Hell Knights as well. Hound Masters. I think I'll go for the Hell Knights. 3,000. That should be good enough. And I can't afford any more. Alright, perfect. Okay, let's bring these guys over here as well. Oh, these cuirassiers are fit into the army? Really? I didn't realize I could get another level or another stat. That is really nice. Okay. In that case, these guys can come along as well. Up to 24. Very nice. And this is now down to a 10 or a green fight. That's pretty good. I like that. And this one down here is also a green fight. Perfect. We get Storm of Justice back in 5 days. Okay, Heaven's Warriors are done. Perfect. Holy Wards glory to the heroes. We don't need to do that. Energy points income increases by 1. Leadership. Did we get more leadership? 411830. Holy wards, okay. Yeah, we've got plenty of energy points, so let's improve our energy points income. Not that we really need it, but it should be fine, dude. Oh, we get Heaven's Warriors again. Right, okay. Oh, I did not expect it to come back that quickly. Oh, there you go. Should I cancel this? Yeah, let's cancel it. And I'll do Heaven's Warriors. Okay, we got another demon army approaching. Ooh. Beef Agaboya might not be able to take them. Alrighty then. And now we can recruit more units. Ooh, cuirassiers. What are these? Duelists. Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's get marksmen. And that basically is all we can do, apparently. Alright, we need more finance points income, which is fine. Let's bring the marksman over here. Up to 287. That's pretty nice. We are close to a level up on Setsuna Shy too, but I think this is a good place to end the episode. We're still waiting on a few things to happen. I don't think they are happening just yet, so yeah. This was a pretty good episode. We got tested by the Hellknights and we are progressing the Crusade stuff now, and we've also upgraded Lands of Yathwatch to Outpost, I think? No, to a Bastion. And it looks like we can have Setsuna Shy take on a bunch of these armies now too, so that's going to be really nice as well. And that's something we can look forward to tackling in the next episode. So thanks a lot for joining me for this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hope you have a good day.